Well, I think it's so important to be honest to your staff, your players, to understand that I may not always tell you what you want to hear, but I'm going to tell you the truth, even though that's hard, whether it concerns playing time, whether it concerns your role on the team, whether it concerns your academics, and just making sure that, we're always on time, we're always doing the things that we need to be doing, and just having a good, honest heart is important.
If my heart is in the right place.
I think it's very important. I think you have to be, first and foremost, you got to be honest with yourself. Did you go out and do everything in practice that you needed to do to make this team and yourself successful?
So you look in the mirror, you turn around, and you do something about it, because it starts individually to come together as we.
Are you living the way outside of practice that represents this program, this athletic department, this university, the way that, we want it to be represented? And I think that it starts there, and then you got to be honest with each other, honest with your coaches, honest with the training staff, that's just the right way to live. And we've talked about it before. I think athletics, there's no greater example of what life is like than athletics at any level.
And some of us fought through adversity. It wasn't a lack of effort, but some of us it was a lack of effort.
You want to be around people that are honest, that tell you the truth. We're going to be honest with the players in our evaluation of them on the court and off the court, and in turn, we have to be able to trust them.
You can either choke and run from it, but you know what you do? It's with great heart, great energy, and great effort.
If you know you can trust them, then I think you listen to them better, and we both can have be a big family. So I think honesty is real big for the players and the coaches.
Your faith has to be important, and to respect each other's faith, different backgrounds and where you come from. And, we always talk a lot about, not only having faith, in our religion, but also faith in one another. When things get tough, when things aren't going our way every day on and off the floor.
Coach constantly reminds us that it's so much more than basketball, and she's trying to help us to be better women, later in life after this, and a lot of that is with your faith.
I think it's nice. We do it before every game, after every game, whether we win or lose. It's just something we do consistently every single time we play. I think it brings us closer together because we know we can depend on each other, and we are a family.
I just think coming together and sharing, your faith as a team is very important. And so when we do pray, it does bring us together as a whole and just unites us in a whole nother way.
I think loyalty is one of the most important components of any relationship, whether it be within your staff, whether it be your players in your staff, whether it be your training staff, your strength staff. You've got to be able to trust one another. And loyalty is an important component of any successful organization as there is. So we've got to be able to trust each other and be loyal through good and bad, and know that we can always count on each other.
It's loyalty to each other. And it's that foxhole mentality. Who can you count on when the going gets tough, and who's going to be there, and are you going to have that person's back and be loyal maybe when they're not around or when no one's looking?
You got to have the Lady Raiders back all the time. You got to wear what's across your chest every day, even if you're not in basketball, just walking around or just with your family. You got to have that loyalty that you're going to do right.
Loyalty to the Double T, and that we need to represent it every way every day that it deserves to be represented, whether it's being a good role model, whether it's working as hard as we possibly can. Don't play for the name on the back of the jersey, play for the Double T, and that's what's important. And this team's done a great job with that this year.
We play for what's across our jerseys, not just for who we are, not for nobody else. We're playing for Texas Tech.
When you're loyal to something that's bigger than yourself, obviously there's a huge amount of loyalty to the university and to the program, all the people that have gone before us.
And every time they put on that uniform, they're not only representing, themselves, but in this team, but they're representing all the players that played here before them, and all the students that have gone here and graduated, all the alumni. And so I think it's a really big deal, and you know, we tell them all the time, with privilege comes responsibility, and I believe that's a big part of the responsibility that they have, not only the former players but the former students as well.
You have to respect the game, you have to respect individually each other, you have to respect our team goals. Just respect is so important to our success.
I think that those kids have learned that, and I think around here we've all learned that. And I think that's the reason why, you know, people are successful, because they respect the people that are around them.
That's why you out there playing. That's why you have a scholarship to play basketball. So you have to respect it, respect what it brings, respect what you can bring to the game of basketball. It's just all around.
Respect for the program, respect for those people who've been there, done it before you.
The opportunity that you've been given to put a Lady Raider uniform on every day, and so I think that's most important, and then everything else will take care of itself.
I tell our team every day we have a responsibility to do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it the way it's supposed to be done, and just to do the right thing every day, both on and off the court, whether it be with your family or your teammates or your staff.
Oh, let's go represent the Double T, the second half.
I think there's a responsibility when you wake up every day, because you wear Texas Tech across your chest. Whether you're walking around campus, you're in the community, or you're on the court, you're always responsible for that. And I think it's a great privilege, but with privilege comes responsibility.
Going to class every day, try to listen, do my work, come into practice and work on what I need to work on. This mainly to me, just going to class, focus on my academics first, and then basketball will come.
He throws it to Mallard, right elbow, hard drive into the lane, layup good, nice strong move.
Oh, I think we all have a responsibility, whether it be your position on the court, you know, as a guard or a post, or your responsibility to do your best in the classroom.
It's about opportunity. Get up in the morning and do the right thing.
You know, for a lot of these players, this is the first time that they've been on their own. And so, you know, now mom and dad or whoever it was isn't there to say, okay, you know, it's time to get up and go to practice, or it's time to get up and go to school or class. And
Responsibility is a big one, because you gotta be able to take care of things and handle things while being under pressure and stress sometimes, and handle adversity and stuff.
Mo Smalls, a right wing three, got it!
they have responsibility in that manner. They have responsibility to their teammates. You know, they need to work hard and push them.
Make a play. Do something to make somebody else better in the second half. Let's go.
I feel like we have a responsibility to get out and give back to community that gives so much to us. I mean, you know, these kids have to understand that, you know, they're healthy, they've got a full scholarship.
You have to give to receive, but I think giving is more important than anything. If you give, you feel good about yourself and knowing you're doing something good for others.
And, you know, when they leave Texas Tech, I want them to continue to be ambassadors for this university and, you know, for this great sport, and know that they're role models and they have a lot to give. And, you know, athletes sometimes are often accused of taking, and we want to be givers and not takers. Our goal is to make sure that we're the hardest working team in the country, and, you know, that we're not going to be outworked, whether it's our staff on a daily basis in recruiting, out in the community giving back, on the floor, 94 feet, whatever it be. I mean, just a work ethic that's second to none, and a passion and enthusiasm for that every single day. We're going to be the hardest working team in the country.
Got to attack. You got to outwork. Let's go.
Well, it is a job, but it's a fun job that we all love. But just like anyone who wakes up and goes to work from 7 to 5 every day, this is our job.
Work hard. Being aggressive in all we do, both ends. Don't be passive.
Work ethic is so important. I mean, again, you want to be known for how hard you worked on and off the floor.
It's about heart and hustle and team and togetherness, and no matter what's going on.
All the 10 keys are very important, and they each mean a lot, and I think they all kind of intertwine and are connected to each other as well.